Y'all, I am on the LV, the Louis Vuitton blocked list. I can't believe it. How's it? It's your girl Brittany with another laid back video. If this is your first time, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on any opportunities where I discuss life's little luxuries, I do reviews, all that good stuff. So again, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified as soon as I drop another video. This video was actually requested by a subscriber on one of my videos, the Nano Niece comparison, where I was talking about how I had a little run-in with the manager at the Charles de Gaulle location, and she asked if I could do a video that reviewed the policies and gave some tips on how to avoid getting on the blocked list or the resellers list for Louis Vuitton. So if you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link in the description below and you can check that out after. But pretty much what happened was I pretty much found out I'm on a list. I wasn't 100% sure, so I had to wait and confirm. When I got settled in, I actually reached out to my mom, who is considered a VIC or a very important client in the Louis Vuitton world. So I asked if she could reach out to her sales associate and see what's going on with my profile. Am I blocked? Am I on the list? And what are the next steps I can take to ratify this action? So that's pretty much what happened. I reached out to my mom. She said, give me a few days. So come Tuesday, Wednesday, my mom hits me up. She's like, hey, I need your information. I need your email. I need your phone number. The sales associate's gonna contact you. So cool, I drop it. She goes, the sales associate, I gave her my new number because I thought she was gonna call me. Sales associate couldn't find me. So I gave her my old number, my Italian number, and I gave her my email address. And my mom's like, all right, just wait. Someone's gonna contact you. So I waited. And I waited, and I waited some more, and no one contacted me. So maybe about 20-30 minutes later, I received a phone call from my mom. And my mom is awesome. She's sweet, she's loving, she's fun, but you know she's serious by the tone of her voice. So as soon as I picked up the phone, I could tell I was in trouble. So she was like, you know what? You are blocked. You're blocked from online shopping. They can't remove it. There's nothing they can do about that. It's a different source. They don't know how long you're blocked for. You just can't buy online anymore. She said that they would still help me if I wanted to use her sales associate or client advisor, that she was able to help me out and make purchases, but I'm limited on those purchases, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the video. That's pretty much it. She's like, you can't buy online. They don't know how long. After reading some of the policies on the website that I'm gonna kind of get into, it's about 1 to 2 years. It says 2 years, but I've also heard 1, so I'm really hoping for 1, just because I realize the state I'm in doesn't have taxes, and it's gonna be best if I order online for myself versus ordering where my mom is and paying those state taxes. So yeah, we'll see what happens. She said I can't order in the store. I have to go through a sales associate because only a sales associate or a manager can override my blocked. And she pretty much just let me know that that's it. Having a good sales associate is gonna keep me on track. So she said her sales associate would actually work to make sure that I stayed within my limits and I didn't get blocked on this list. So that is a key point, and that is probably the #1 takeaway from this entire video, is if you really wanna get into the Louis Vuitton world, you wanna find those or get those hard to find items, or those items that are really sought after and popular, or even if you want someone to make sure that you're following all the rules and gives you the best Louis Vuitton experience there is, you need to establish a good relationship with a sales associate. I can do a video on how to do that in another one, but that's just the key takeaway. Have a great sales associate. That's gonna eliminate pretty much any issue you will run into in the Louis Vuitton world. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to kind of get into some of the procedures and some of the rules to help you avoid being on the reseller's block list period. So let's just kind of get it. So the manager did provide my mother a lot of information that I will not be able to pass along in this video, and it's just to kind of keep the not transparency, but the integrity of what Louis Vuitton is doing with this block process intact. And I don't want to be the one to crumble it, and I don't want to jeopardize my relationship with Louis Vuitton even more. So feel free to always reach out to your own sales associate or manager to get more information. But I will say this is my one tip I'm gonna give you. Lock down your social media. That's it. Just lock it down. Lock it down, make sure everything's good. That's it. But everything else that I'm about to provide to you can be found on the website. And I actually do encourage you to take the time and read through it. And that's where you will figure out that they actually use a lot of your information, more than you think you'd be aware of, more than you think they would. And they share some of your information. Some of it's just typical stuff, they have to. Some of it's like, why do you need to? In my personal opinion. Again, it's been a minute. I used to work in a bank, so I kind of understand policies and procedures. However, I never liked them and I'm kind of rusty. So I would definitely encourage you guys to do the reading on your own and come up with your own understanding. And if you do need help, there is a website and a phone number and an email that you can contact Louis Vuitton for more clarification. But my main takeaway from all of it was lock it down. Just lock it down. So I am going to be, the reason I'm looking down is because I did write notes, so I'm going to be looking at those notes periodically just to make sure I'm staying on track and I'm providing the right information. So some of the information that they're collecting is some basic data, it's device usage, it's personal info that you put in, so your address, your credit card number, things of that nature. It's your location where you're logging in from, if you're using a phone, an iPad, how long you're staying on certain pages, etc. So they collect this data from you. Also, if you do in-store purchases and you fill out a card or you fill out that information thing on the iPad that they give you before when you set up your profile, they collect it from there. They also collect video footage from the store that they can use at any time that they feel necessary, and they collect a history of your searches and your purchases. So it's really important that you aren't doing any unnecessary activity on the website. I know for me personally, I was jumping around between 3 different locations because I wanted to compare prices between Louis Vuitton in the States, Louis Vuitton in Europe, and Louis Vuitton in Canada, because those are the 3 places I know I travel the most. So I wanted to make sure I was getting the best value for my dollar. And so I was jumping around, looking at different sites, looking at different prices, things of that nature. And they can see that. They can take note of that and they understand that that's what's happening. So they also can possibly give and collect information from third parties. So just make sure that you try and clear your cookies if you don't like that. Just make sure that you kind of browse in incognito mode if you prefer more privacy. That's going to give you the most privacy, but understand it's also not going to save any of your searches, any of your previous views, things of that nature. So they also, some of the things they said that the reason or why or how they use your info, they use it to improve their understanding of what the customer wants and likes and needs. They use it to respond to shipment orders. They use it for security and legal reasons, and they use it for marketing as well as to do push notifications. Now, to me, it seems like the most invasion of privacy, this is a personal thing, is using Louis Vuitton, the app, or downloading it or using it on your phone. It seems like they have just the most, I don't know, I'm not a techie. It just seemed like they have the ability to do more on your phone than they would on your computer. So I personally never really used Louis Vuitton app, and I was searching on my phone through the browser, and my browser's connected to Google, and Google owns all of that shit anyway. So, I mean, they have it. So, and also try using VPNs. I utilize VPNs in my searches just in everyday life. Anytime I use bank stuff, I try and utilize VPNs just to make sure that if I'm in public or using Wi-Fi, that it's a little more secure, there's a little more privacy. So I would try and invest in VPN services if you need to or if you can. So you can choose to opt out of some of these settings, but you have to do that. And I think the easiest way for me going forward is just to browse in incognito mode. That means I don't have to worry about going in and changing all the settings and things of that nature. But it's just also a factor remembering to put it in incognito mode. So that kind of, there's a lot more. There's a lot. If I were to sit there and read everything for you, it would be a movie. It's gonna take too long. So I do encourage you to go on the website, scroll down to the bottom and check out, I think it's purchases or privacy or policy. Click on that and then it'll show you the 3 different tabs and you can go through at your own pace and your own understanding and read each section, because it is quite a bit. But this is the main takeaway. If you want to avoid getting on the blocked list or being blocked period by Louis Vuitton, these are the things that you want to remember. And I got it from the website. I've also received it from a sales associate, and I received it from a girl in a Facebook group that I'm in. This is the same exact thing. It's not anything they're hiding. They're really they're not super transparent with it. It's on their site, but you gotta go digging for it. But it is there and available, so you can look, and this is everything that I found from them. So let me get on the spectacle glasses, because this is important. So you can have no more or purchase no more than 3 leather goods at once. And that's including small leather goods. So if you buy 3 small leather goods, you're done. If you buy 3 large regular leather goods, you're done. If you buy 2 large and 1 small, that's it. You've hit your limit. And this is per transaction. And then there's no more than 2 identical products in each transaction. So prime example, the things I've bought 2 of in one transaction, I bought 2 T26s in one transaction. Did I? No. I bought 2 on the goes in one transaction. And if I would have tried to get another one, they probably wouldn't have let me online. If I was in the store, my sales associate might have overridden that transaction, which mine did a lot. Like, now that I'm reading a lot of this, she really did hook me up. And I think because she was a higher level client advisor, she had the ability to do so, but she allowed me to buy a lot. And I'm kind of like, girl, why didn't you stop me? But she was really nice and she was very helpful. And if you ever need a sales associate in Italy, let me know. I can give you her info and she will help you out. So the other things, this is like, it kind of breaks it down. So that was in one transaction. So in one transaction, you can't buy more than 3 leather goods, and that is including small leather goods, and you can't buy more than 2 of the same items in each transaction. So that's in a 1 week, or that's in a 1 transaction period. So then it goes down into a 4-week period. So in a 4-week period, a customer cannot buy more than 6 leather goods in a 4-week period, and that includes small leather goods. And a customer cannot purchase in more than 3 different Louis Vuitton stores worldwide. Worldwide, guys. Worldwide. So you can't be like, you know what, I'm going to go to my store here, and then maybe I'm going to travel to Paris, and then I'm going to go to Italy, and then maybe I'm going to go to Austria or Spain. That could be a potential flag on your account. And I know that happened with me. I did go to 3 stores in a short period of time, simply because where I was located in Italy, it was very easy to access both Venice and Padova. They were both about an hour away. Padova was my favorite, but Venice had a lot of those hard to find items that Padova just didn't have. So I would go between Padova and Venice. And then we did take a trip down to Florence where we did purchase some items there. And that was my 3rd flag. And it had been within about a month's time frame. It was within a month's time frame, actually. I think it was within a 2-week time frame. And then from there, we went on to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and I tried to purchase from there. And I think that was when she's like, hey, you guys, you're jumping around. So you cannot go, or if you buy from 3 different stores around the world in a 4-week time frame, it is a flag. And you can't have more than 8 transactions in that 4-week period. I think I had just hit 8 separate transactions in that period. But to be honest, holy shit, there's a giant spider. All right, spider crisis diverted. So as I was saying, I think I had just hit 8 transactions with that Charles de Gaulle one. I was buying, like, COVID started it. I blame COVID. Like, COVID and finding out that I could finally order from the Louis Vuitton website. But I digress. Let's go back. So also, that was everything under a 4-week time frame. So to recap, it's no more than 6 leather goods in a 4-week time frame. That's including small leather goods. And no more than 3 different Louis Vuitton locations worldwide. And no more than 8 transactions in a 4-week time frame. All right. So last but not least, in any case, the number of leather goods, including small leather goods, cannot exceed 12 in a 12-month time frame, which it has. I know mine has, but that's where having a sales associate, a good one, or a good client advisor comes in, because they can override and allow you to either make the purchase if you have established that relationship with them, or they can help keep you on track to make sure you do not hit your limit. Because once you hit your limit on the website, it does say they have the ability to refuse a purchase for a period of 2 years from your last purchase. I think I would have had this experience. So that is, again, the #1 takeaway. If you do not want to get on the block list, the best tip I have for you is get a great sales associate. If you do not have a sales associate, make sure to go on the website, and it's on the 3rd tab when you're under the privacy and policy section. Look to make sure you're not violating their purchase time frame, because once you are blocked online, it's very hard to not be blocked online anymore. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope it answered your questions. I hope it can help someone out. I didn't see too many videos on YouTube about this. Maybe there's a specific reason why, but all the information I did find out came straight from the Louis Vuitton website. So just make sure that you're following the procedures, and just also know that these policies can change at any time that Louis Vuitton wants them to. They have that right to change them, so it's our duty to do our due diligence and check the website periodically to make sure that we are in compliance with their policies, just to ensure that we have the best experience with them. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, please feel free to leave comments. I love comments. As you know, this video came to fruition because of a comment. I actually have another suggestion, so that'll be my next video. And also, don't forget to hit the like, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe. I need subscribers. I have a goal of making 100 subscribers at least by August 1st. So if you don't mind sharing, that'd be great. Also, if you help me get to 1,000 subscribers by sharing this page, sending it to friends, I'm going to do a giveaway of one of my items. I'm not sure if it's going to be my new trio set from Tory Burch or my new clay from Louis Vuitton. So let me know, or just help me get there and let me know what you guys would rather have. They're both valued at about the same price. So yeah, help me get to 1,000, guys. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. If you can share this with your friends, share it with your family, just get people over, have that subscribe, and as soon as I hit 1,000, boom, giveaway's about to happen. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see or hear, and I will work on doing that for you. Until then, stay safe, and ciao.